Hello everybody and welcome back to Sin City Living. Apologies for not having posted as much lately as I usually do. Been a busy couple of weeks, schedule changes, a lot of things going on at work, but hopefully I can get myself back into the swing of things, so we'll be bringing you guys some more videos. As always, a shout out of appreciation to our patrons. All those tips of support are very appreciated. Once we get the live stream going, we're probably going to do a patron only live stream, but otherwise right now I hope you guys are enjoying the videos that we're able to put out with the entire How to Deal Dice class. So should have a couple more of those coming out in the next couple of days. And for everybody else, please keep an eye. We're still struggling getting the live stream going. I think I've got the equipment. I'm just having some issues, compatibility issues, but I'm going to get them figured out. We're going to get the live streams going, starting out with the craps tournament. Right now I only have about 7 or 8 players, but I'm hoping that a few more of you guys will email us with some interest in it. We are going to have to back the time up from Thursdays at 6 to probably 4:30. My schedule did change. I no longer have Thursdays off. Yeah, that being said, if you're curious about the Patreon live streams and stuff like that, just check the description of the video down below. And otherwise, we're going to go ahead and jump right into today's video. So for today's video, I'm doing a small series on this. I've had a lot of questions of people asking if we could, write down or something what the progression is for some of the pressing strategies, so that they could know what to say immediately without having to pause and think and look down at the bet and figure out what they have available, so on and so forth. So for this one, we're going to go over the mid press. Now, I'm only going to deal with these 3 numbers because the 8 is the same as 6, 9 is the same as 5, 10 is the same as the 4. Okay? And we're going to assume a $10 table. So now the thing about the mid press is that with the mid press, you always want to collect. You're always collecting a little bit. You're not throwing more money in. You're increasing your bets, but you're also taking some money as well, taking some profit. So let's look at these. So with the $12 8, the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to progress it up to 18. So you're going to collect $9. Okay. So I'll lay this out for you so you can see. You're going to progress it up to $18 the first time around. Now 18 pays you $21, right? You're going to collect $9 because now you're going to progress up to 30. Now for the next one, what I recommend that you throw in $2. You don't have to, but I recommend that you throw in $2 so that you collect a green. Because you're going to collect $23 on the next hit, and you're going to take yourself up to $42. For the next hit, you're going to take yourself up to 60. You're going to collect $31 because 42 pays 49. You need 18 of it to press yourself up to 60. So you're going to go up to 60. Now from 60, you have a couple different directions you can go. You can go up to 72, or you can go straight up to 90. From 72, you would go to 90. I personally prefer to go up to 90 entirely. Now, on the next one, this is again where you have options. You can go up from 90 to 120, or you can go from 90 straight to 150. I personally, again, will go to 150. I'm still collecting, but I'm going to go to 150. If you go to 120, it's just like going to 72. You're just adding a step in between, from 60 to 72 to 90 instead of straight from 60 to 90. From 90 to 120 to 150 instead of straight from 90 to 150. Entirely up to you. Now, once you hit this point, you just go into a straight press situation. If you really, really wanted to, you could go from 150 to 210 if you wanted. Or you could even go to 180. At a certain point, usually when you hit the 90 phase, some people will just look at pressing 1 unit, but now you're looking at $30 as a unit. 90 to 120 to 150 to 180 to 210, so on and so forth. But most mid-pressers, once they hit somewhere around this level, they are so solidly into the profit level that they're going to get a little bit more aggressive on it while still pulling back. And you're still pulling back a decent amount. So you could go from 150 to 210, or you could go from 150 straight to 300. If you do go to 110, I'd recommend going to 300. And then after that, you're definitely in a straight press situation. You go from 300 to 600 to 1200 to 2400 to 4800, so on and so forth, depending on what the table max is going to be. Okay, so that's your progression for the 6 and 8. Okay, and remember, it's recommended to throw in $2, so you don't have to, but then you won't collect a green at that point. Now, what about the 5 and 9? So the 5 and 9, the first time around, you just press it up 1 unit. And you just press it up $5. You're going to collect $9 on that one. Now, it pays 21. This time around, on the next hit, you're going to go up to 25. Go up to 25. You're going to collect $11. So at this point, after 2 hits, you've collected $20. You've collected double what you initially had on the bet. So you're already strongly into the positive on this one. So the next time it hits, you're going to collect a green, and you're going to press yourself up to 35. And then the next hit, I'd recommend throwing in $1, but you don't have to. You certainly don't have to. But go up to 50. Go up to $50. Okay, you're going to make a $48 profit. Or I'm sorry, no, you're going to make a $34 profit because you're basically just going to swap those bets out. So you go up to 50. Next time around, the next hit, go to 75. Now, from here you run into another one of those situations of there is an intermediate step if you want. The goal from 75 is to get to 125. You can go straight to 125 and you're going to pull a profit of $55, so you're still making a solid profit there. Or you can go from 75 to 100 and then from 100 go to 125. So there is an intermediate step if you wanted to. Now from 125, now I hit the point where, again, just like with this area on the 6 and 8, I have made such a solid profit on my bet that I'm going to get a little bit more aggressive with my bet. So on the next one, I'm not going to collect anything, but I'm going to go all the way up to 300. Now, you don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. There could be an intermediate step of either $200 or $250. Entirely up to you if you still want to collect some and throw that intermediate step in there. From 300, you go to 500. Now, after 500, just like with the 6 and 8, you're in a straight press situation. You go from 500 to 1,000, 1,000 to 2,000, 2,000 to 4,000, and you just keep going until you hit table max. You're still collecting, and you're collecting a nice, solid chunk of money. So, what about the 4 and 10? So with the 4 and 10, first time around, you go from 10 to 15. And this is going to have a lot of commonalities with the 5 and 9. Because from 15, you're going to go up to 25. Okay? You may or may not be a buy here. So when you go up to 15, right, you're collecting $13 going up into your rail. From 15 going up to a quarter, if it's not a buy yet, then you're going to collect $17 and you're going to go up to a quarter. Now at a quarter, you're definitely going to be a buy. So then, recommended you throw in $1. Take yourself up to 50. You're going to collect 25. You're going to collect a green. And then from here, once you're at this point with the 4 and 10, you're already in a situation like you are up top there with the 6 and 8, where you just want to look at it now as just a straight press situation. Throw in your VIG and just press it up, because you got to figure that you're still making, if you double your bet from 50 to 100, you're still making $50 in profit. 48 technically because of the VIG, but basically you're making $50 in profit. Same thing when you go from 100 to 200. You go from 100 to 200, you just made 100 in profit. You just locked up $100 into your $95 into your rail. From 200 to 400. Now, this is kind of an intermediate step. You could also just go to 300 and collect a lot more. You could go to 400, Or if you're really aggressive, you could go from 200 to 500. You could go straight up, 200 to 500. You're still collecting, regardless of what you do. Whether you go up to 300 here, 400 here, or 500 here, you're still collecting money. Entirely up to you how you want to do it. At this point, however, you're once again into the spot of just press your bet. 500 to 1,000, 1,000 to 2,000, 2,000 to 4,000, so on and so forth. And you just keep it going until you hit table max. So I hope this is laid out well enough for you guys to see it. For those of you guys that want to try and memorize this progression to make it a lot faster when you were betting it and playing it, and able to tell the dealers what to do. And these are all very common, very, very super common, super standard presses. So this should flow very, very quickly for the game and for the dealers as well. These are things that we almost don't even have to think about when we're doing. So I hope you guys find this interesting, enlightening, illuminating, just plain fun, or at least informative. And we will catch you guys next time. Bye now. Okay guys, so as I promised at the end of the videos, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the live stream and how it's going to work. So the first thing is, if you're interested in being one of the players for our craps tournaments, which is we're going to have every single week, please email us at sincitylivinglv@gmail.com. I need the email addresses and want to know who is interested so that we can get it set up and we can select it. I'm going to have the first round is going to be 16 players. There'll be 4 players per week. The 5th week is going to be the 4 champions from the previous weeks to get an ultimate champion. Haven't decided yet what the prize will be. Maybe I'll see if I can pick up another one of these lights. But we'll have some sort of prize for our champion. So please, if you're interested, email us. I want to pick the first 8 players, the first 2 weeks worth of players, so that we'll have the first 4 ready for the first week, and the other 4 will be kind of backup, just in case somebody has connection issues or something comes up and they're not able to play that week. Then I've got the other players on standby, so I can just bump one of them up or maybe shift the first person down or something along those lines. The main tournament is going to be Thursdays at 6 o'clock my time, Las Vegas time, 6 p.m. Las Vegas time. And it's the way it's going to work is it's going to be a time thing. I'm going to do the live stream for an hour. I'm going to do the game for an hour, rather. And it might work out to about 30 rolls, might work out to about 40 rolls. I'm not too sure. We'll see how it goes. But it's going to be time. It's going to be an hour. Instead of the craps tournaments that they do down on the strip where it's 30 rolls, we're going to do an hour. So I want to make sure I have a finite time limit for this to start with. And then we will go from there. I'm going to find a way, either a Discord or a Zoom or a private chat room, some way for the players to be logged into something where I can communicate with them on my second computer so that they can tell me what their bets are, what they want to bet, what they want to press when something hits, without me having to scroll through the full chat of the live stream itself. I'm not going to be able to keep an eye on that. And if we have enough people watching and chatting, it could be difficult to keep an eye. So I have to figure that part out. Another reason I need the emails, so I can communicate back and forth with the potential players. So if you're interested, again, please email me. Eventually, just pretty much everybody's going to have an opportunity to be in on these things because we're going to do multiple ones. I'm also looking at probably doing a second craps tournament, maybe late Wednesday nights, possibly, I'm not sure, where I'm going to do it a little bit different. The second one is going to be, instead of 1 hour and then whoever's got the most chips is the winner, because those craps tournaments tend to have really weird strategies. They're not normal strategies that you'd see in normal play, because you're competing against other players and you just want to make sure you have more chips than them by the end. What I'm going to do with the second tournament is, instead of a weekly winner, we're going to play for an hour, and then I'll keep track of how much money people still have on there, or how many chips they still have. And then the next week, same players are going to keep going. Basically, this game will go until the bankrolls end, until we have one person with money left, or chips left. Again, there's no money involved in this. So once we have one final winner, so people will drop out as their play money bankrolls expire, as they run out of chips. So that one, I'm guessing we'll see some more normal strategies, the kind of things people actually play when they're actually playing craps. And then eventually we're going to add Baccarat, Pai Gow, 3-card poker, blackjack, of course, to these tournaments, whatever we can, to these live streams and live stream tournaments, whatever we can, when we can, as best we can. We're going to have to figure it out as we go. We have a lot of time constraints between me working full-time plus a child. But we're going to do the best we can. We're very, very excited to have this going. And we also will try and pick a day or time where I can do a patron exclusive tournament or two. We'll see. We'll see how many of our patrons are interested, and see if we can't get that going as well, where it's only on the patron site. So definitely stay tuned, guys. Please, if you're interested in playing in one of the tournaments or partaking in our live streams, aside from just the chat, obviously it's a live stream. Please watch, chat with us, let us know how it's going or what you think, and otherwise, please, again, email us, sincitylivinglv@gmail.com. Otherwise, I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Any suggestions, please hit us up. Thank you guys very, very much. We appreciate every single one of you guys, and we will catch you guys next time. Bye now.